Hello, my name is Alexander Gorlich. In this video, I will show you how to install HarePoint Workflow Extensions and its client components. In order to accomplish this, we took a machine with Windows 7 and SharePoint Foundation 2010 installed. The product installation on SharePoint Server 2010 farm does not differentiate from the SharePoint Foundation installation. To complete the installation, you should have farm administrator rights. The installation of the product begins with accessing one of our farm servers, extracting their archive containing the program into a local folder, and starting the installation program. From the installation wizard, we can see there are two links for installing the product: installation of the client components, which will be covered a bit later, the product manual, and the link to the product web page. We are executing the installation package. In the second window, the wizard will check if the product can be installed from this machine. If something went wrong due to verification, please fix the issue and rerun the wizard. To complete the installation successfully, we will need to deploy both solutions. The first solution includes the library of activities. The second is a management model for a central administration website. There's also another verification that takes place when accepting the terms in the license agreement. Upon accepting the license agreement, we can start deploying our solutions. On a big farm, it could take a few minutes. Alright, now we can see that the first solution was installed successfully. Then we are beginning to install the second solution. And it is completed. We are opening Central Administration. In order to check whether the product was deployed properly and to enter the license key. This will finally complete the installation. Good. The product is working now, so we can run the SharePoint Designer and start utilizing the capabilities of the product. Most likely, you will have development of workflows that will be running on separate workstations. However, in our test environment, this computer will be used as a server and workstation as well. So let's create the test workflow. In the actions, you can view the product activities. We can add HarePoint activities into the workflow. Activities are divided into categories. The first one is Active Directory. It contains a set of activities to manage users and groups of Active Directory, getting their properties and attributes. Administration. It allows manage SharePoint, create and delete sites and site collections, manage users, groups, and their permissions. Set up activities for working with arrays. Not only activities of HarePoint, but also some of Microsoft activities use arrays as parameters. Now, with our product, you can perform all typical operations with arrays. Day and time. With activities of this group, you can initialize date-time variables with values like end of this month or beginning of next year. Convert dates to strings with rich formatting options and perform some other operations. Document conversion. Contains set of workflow actions to convert documents and document libraries to Word documents formats, PDF, RTF, and XPS formats. Activities to manage document libraries and items of document libraries. Well, for example, you can save documents to local disk or network share, or otherwise to upload files from disk or create new documents with text from workflow variables. Note that some of activities are context sensitive. If we are creating workflow not for document libraries, then activities from this section will not be listed in the menu of SharePoint Designer and thus unavailable. Email. Now we can easily send documents, list items, attachments, files from local disk, network share, or internet by email with SMTP protocol. And even more, you can receive emails from POP3 mailboxes. Lists. 17 activities to manage list items attachments, calculate aggregation functions like sum and count on list item fields with applying powerful camel filters. Network. With activities of this set, you can send messages to Twitter, to instant messengers like Google Talk by XMPP protocol, upload documents to FTP servers, send HTTP requests, and read RSS news feeds. Permissions. These activities allow granting, changing, or deleting permissions and permission inheritance for SharePoint sites, lists, list folders, and list items. And the last one is set of activities to work with strings. You can see here regular expressions, encoding, converting to and from base 64, strings formatting, and so on. Oh, I didn't mention all the features of this product since it includes more than 130 activities, and some of them have very complex functionality and set of configuration options. So this was just a showcase of categories. The learning of the product in general case is the learning of activities lists. In the product manual, in section 4, they are listed in the same order as you see them in the SharePoint Designer Actions list. If we would like to use the product's capabilities in Visio and Visual Studio, it is required to install the client components. The installation wizard offers you to install the manual, extension, and shapes library for Visio, Visual Studio library, and a special utility used for generating of activities authorization token, which sends messages to Twitter. So let's install all of its components. If we are planning to utilize the product capabilities in Visual Studio, one of the most convenient ways to do this is to create a toolbar with the product components. To do so, the product goes with a special utility that is required to be executed manually once. While the utility is running, you might be prompted with the Visual Studio Master. In this case, we will need to complete the wizard by selecting the default settings. Now, we'll have to wait until the toolbar is being created. This should take a few minutes. We have finally completed the installation of the product and its other components. In the second video, we're going to create a simple workflow in Visio. Then we'll configure all parameters of workflow and link it to the list. Also, I'll show you the product's toolbar in Visual Studio. I hope this video was informative for you, and I would like to thank you for viewing.